Brethren, imagine this, midnight in Tehran, the air thick with diesel and fear. Boots kick down your door. Rough hands twist your arms. A black hood drops over your head. And the last thing you hear before the van roars off is your neighbor whispering, "He's a Christian, they finally got him." That was me. My name is Reza. And right now, I'm speaking to you, yes, you watching this on your phone, in your bedroom, on the bus, wherever you are. God is about to turn your midnight into morning. But first, let me take you back to the night they locked me in a lion's den. Not the Bible kind, or was it? Hit that subscribe button right now. Share this video with every friend who needs a miracle. And in the comments, type loud and proud, God is the greatest and will forever be. Let's flood heaven with our faith. Now, lean in. I was a simple electrician. Fixed wires by day, led underground Bible studies by night. We met in basements, behind closed shutters, hearts pounding louder than the generator. One brother, Amir, always said, "Reza, if they catch us, remember Daniel." I laughed. Daniel had lions. We just have the morality police. Famous last words. That night, they didn't knock. They exploded through the door like the wrath of man. My wife, Soraya, screamed as they zip-tied my wrists. My little girl, Layla, only 6, clung to my leg crying, "Baba, don't go." They shoved me into the van. The hood smelled of sweat and old blood. I whispered into the darkness, "Jesus, if you're real, show up." They drove for hours. No questions. Just silence and the squeal of tires. When the hood came off, I was in Evin Prison's infamous Ward 209, the black hole where light goes to die. The interrogator, a man with eyes like winter, leaned in. "Reza, you've been evangelizing. That's a crime against the state. Sign this paper renouncing Christ, and you walk free tonight." I looked at the paper. My hand shook. Freedom. My family. One signature. But something roared inside me louder than fear. I pushed the paper back. I can't deny the one who died for me. His smile was ice. Then you'll meet the lions. They dragged me down a corridor that smelled of rust and despair. At the end was a steel door. Behind it? Not cells. A pit. An actual pit in the basement, 10 feet deep, concrete walls slick with mold. And at the bottom, movement. Shadows. Low growls. "Welcome to your new home," the guard sneered. They shoved me in. I fell hard, knees cracking on stone. The door slammed. Darkness swallowed me. Then I heard it, panting. Claws scraping. The stench of raw meat. Brethren, they had thrown me into a den with 2 half-starved guard dogs, massive, ribs showing, eyes glowing yellow in the faint light from a grate above. The kind trained to rip flesh, not fetch sticks. I pressed my back to the wall, heart hammering like a war drum. The bigger dog circled, saliva dripping. I had no weapon. No escape. Just me, the dogs, and a God I'd only met in whispers. But listen, right when the first dog lunged, something happened. Something only heaven could orchestrate. I'm getting chills telling you this. Stay with me. Chapter 2 is where the lions meet the Lion of Judah. Comment below, God is the greatest and will forever be. And share this now, someone's breakthrough is in this story. Brethren, close your eyes with me for a second. You're in that pit. Cold seeps through your clothes. The dog's breath steams in the dark. One sniffs your shoe. You feel its hot nose. Death is seconds away. What do you do? I did the only thing I knew. I sang. Not loud, my throat was dust. But I sang the Farsi worship song we whispered in house church, Isa man, Tehran I man, Jesus, you are my everything. My voice cracked. The dogs froze. The big one, let's call him Goliath, tilted his head like he'd heard a frequency only angels use. The smaller one, David, ironic, right, sat down. Sat down. I kept singing. Tears mixed with snot. I wasn't brave. I was broken. But broken vessels leak light. Suddenly, a voice, not mine, boomed from the grate above. In perfect Farsi, fear not, for I am with you. The dogs whimpered and backed into the corner. I looked up. No guard. No speaker. Just a shaft of light cutting through the darkness like a sword. Then I heard footsteps. Keys jangling. The steel door creaked open. A silhouette. I braced for a beating. Instead, a hand reached down. Reza, come quickly. It was Javad, the prison janitor. A man I'd never seen smile. His eyes were wide, pupils dilated like he'd seen a ghost. I don't know why I'm doing this, he whispered. Something told me to open this door. Now. He pulled me up. My legs were jelly. The dogs didn't move. Just watched, tails between legs. Javad dragged me through corridors I'd never seen, past cells where men moaned in their sleep, past guards dozing at their posts like someone had drugged them. We reached a service exit. He shoved a bundle into my hands, my confiscated Bible, my wallet, even my wedding ring they'd taken. Go, he hissed. Before they wake up. I ran. Barefoot. Through alleys that stank of garbage and jasmine. My lungs burned. Every shadow looked like a morality van. But every corner I turned, a stray cat would dart ahead like a guide. I swear one meowed in rhythm with my worship song. Dawn was breaking when I collapsed at my cousin's door, 3 cities away. He opened it, saw me, and dropped his tea. Reza? They said you were dead. I fell into his arms, sobbing. Not dead. Delivered. Brethren, God didn't just save me from dogs. He saved me through a Muslim janitor who still doesn't know why he risked his life. That's our God, using donkeys, ravens, and even enemies to write your exodus. But the story's not over. They hunted me. My face was on wanted posters. My family was under surveillance. Chapter 3 is where the real lion's den began, not in a pit, but in the hearts of men. Type in the comments, God is the greatest and will forever be. And tag a friend who's in their own pit right now. Your share could be their ladder. Viewer, let me talk to you heart to heart. You ever feel like the whole world's against you? Like every door slams, every phone call brings bad news? That was my life on the run. Within 48 hours, my photo was everywhere, wanted, Reza Ahmadi, Christian agitator. Reward, 50 million riyals. That's life-changing money in Iran. Neighbors I'd fixed lights for free now eyed me like a jackpot. Soraya and Layla were taken to a safe house by the government, aka a prison with better curtains. I couldn't call. Couldn't write. Just prayed through tears, God, if you got me out of the pit, get them out of this cage. I hid in a goat shed outside Karaj. The farmer, Uncle Hossein, was a secret believer. He risked everything. Each night, he'd bring flatbread and yogurt, whispering, the angels are busy, Reza. They're working overtime for you. One night, gunfire cracked the silence. Headlights swept the hills. I crawled under hay, heart in my throat. Boots crunched outside. Voices searched the shed. I clutched my Bible like a shield. Then I heard, singing. Faint. Childlike. Jesus loves me, this I know, in English. Who in Iran sings that? The door burst open. Torchlight blinded me. But instead of soldiers, there stood 3 kids, missionary children, smuggled in by their parents to encourage underground believers. The oldest, a girl named Sarah, maybe 12, grinned. Papa said God told him to bring you dinner. Dinner? In a goat shed? They unpacked a feast, roasted chicken, saffron rice, even pistachio ice cream. The soldiers? Gone. Vanished. Like they'd never been. We ate like kings while goats bleated backup vocals. Sarah's dad, Mark, said, Reza, we leave at 2 a.m. There's a convoy to the border. You, Soraya, Layla, God's got tickets for all three. I laughed till I cried. But my family's locked up. Mark winked. Not anymore. At 1:57 a.m., my phone buzzed. Soraya. Reza. They let us go. Said, administrative error. We're at the old windmill. Hurry. Brethren, I ran through thorn bushes, shoes shredding. Found them under the windmill's shadow, my wife, my baby, free. We hugged like we'd invent a new language of tears. The convoy was 3 trucks disguised as produce haulers. We hid under watermelons. The smell of freedom never smelled so sweet. But at the border, the real test came. Chapter 4 is where bullets flew and heaven answered with thunder. Comment, God is the greatest and will forever be. And share this, someone's border miracle is loading. Picture this, friend, Turkey-Iran border. Midnight. Barbed wire glints under floodlights. Guards with AKs pace like wolves. And there's us, 2 adults, 1 child, 3 missionaries, and a truck driver praying in tongues under his breath. We'd made it 99% of the way. Then the alarm screamed. Spotlights pinned us. Halt. Farsi and Turkish shouting. Bullets chipped the ground near my feet. Layla screamed. I scooped her up, running blind. Soraya tripped. I turned back. A guard raised his rifle. Time slowed. I saw the finger tighten. Then, boom. Not a gunshot. Thunder. Out of a clear sky. Lightning forked, striking the watchtower. Sparks rained. Guards dove for cover. In that chaos, a voice, not human, shouted, now. The truck driver gunned it. We piled in. The gate ahead was electrified. No way through. But the lightning? It fried the controls. The gate swung open like the Red Sea on hinges. We roared through. Bullets pinged the tailgate. One grazed my arm, hot poker pain. But we didn't stop. On the Turkish side, soldiers waited. I braced for arrest. Instead, they cheered. Welcome to freedom. One was a believer. He'd prayed for a sign. The lightning was it. We were rushed to a safe house. Doctors stitched my arm. Layla slept with a teddy bear someone donated. Soraya whispered, Reza, we're in a new country. What now? I opened my Bible, still smelled like goat shed and watermelons. It fell to Psalm 34, I sought the Lord, and he answered me, he delivered me from all my fears. Brethren, God didn't just get us out of Iran. He got Iran out of us. The fear. The hiding. But the fire? That stayed. Chapter 5 is where the lion's den became a launching pad. Type it loud, God is the greatest and will forever be. Your comment is a seed. Plant it. Believer, look at me now. I'm in a studio. Lights. Camera. You. Thousands of miles from that pit, I'm telling you, the God who shut dogs' mouths, struck towers with lightning, and opened borders with thunder, he's the same God scrolling through your feed right now. We settled in Canada. I'm a pastor now. Soraya teaches Farsi Bible studies online. Layla. She's 14, sings worship in 3 languages, and wants to be a missionary pilot. But here's the punchline, Javad, the janitor. He got saved. Watched this testimony on a smuggled USB. Baptized in a bathtub. Now he leads a house church in Tehran. The dogs? The prison retired them. Said they lost their edge. I know why. Every month, we get letters. Reza, your story got me through chemo. I was suicidal, watched chapter 2 and gave my life to Jesus. Shared with my atheist brother, he's asking questions. Brethren, your story is next. That dead marriage. That addiction. That diagnosis. God's writing chapter 1 of your lion's den escape. So here's your assignment. Subscribe, don't miss the next testimony. Share this video with 5 people today. Text it. DM it. Someone's breakthrough is in your thumbs. Comment, God is the greatest and will forever be. Let's make it trend in heaven. And if you're in your own den right now, DM me. I'll pray with you. We'll sing until the dogs sit down. Because the same God who turned my prison into a pulpit wants to turn your pain into a platform. This is Reza, signing off from a lion's den that's now a lighthouse. See you in the comments. God is the greatest and will forever be.